This might be a quick one. Might be a quick one. It's got cedar. Smells like rich cedar. I'll tell you what, look at that packaging. Nice band as usual, because the classic My Father, but we have the My Father Again stamp, the tramp stamp, with another band here on the bottom, with nice rich cedar, with a band with the sticker My Father, Cedros Deluxe, Eminentes. It's a 5 and change by 46. That's a nice size, kind of between Robusto and Toro length, and kind of between like a Corona and a Robusto gauge, somewhere in between there. 46 is pretty cool. 46 is a nice gauge. It's not like it's a tiny cigar at all. I'm getting a real cigar at 46. But that little shrinkage from 50 to 46, any cigar will be. Gave it 90 points, so who gives a shit? I picked this up for 10 flat Pennsylvania price. So therefore, at Pennsylvania price 10 flat, that's getting to luxury category, because where you're at is probably going to be, a lot more. Hold on. All right. So it depends. So this being an Ecuadorian wrapper, maybe perhaps some sun grown. It's listed as, I'm sorry, as a Habano Rosado, but obviously it was grown in the sun. Evan, how's your balls? The rest of it's going to be Nicaraguan, of course. My Father. Smells pungent. Okay. It's got rain. Right. There you go. Oh, fuck. Do you ever like strike the match with just a tip? No, did he? Oh, it was a delay from smelling the foot. I smell the funky foot. Oof. Now it's hitting me. That was like a delay of that tobacco going in my nose. When you strike it and just the tip breaks off, and then you're like, great, is this phosphorus gonna land on my balls? There you go. Soft, gentle heat. Can't stress enough. My entire team has been fired. They are not reliable. I cannot trust them. Can't trust any of these guys. Who's this guy? I don't know who this guy is. I don't know what that means. Whatever that means. Sure. I don't know. What is this? What's going on? Is he going to the dome? Yeah, how you doing? All right. How you doing? And there we go. We are FL, fully lit. Manu, how you doing? All right. Manu. Off the bat, it's a stronger cigar. Not extremely dark, though, about 65% darkness. Um, I've had the classic My Father before, but not in this size or with this Cedros Deluxe. I don't know. I didn't do that much research. I don't know from the classic My Father, which normally see Robusto and Toro or larger. I don't know if the Cedros Deluxe is just simply a certain size with cedar, or do they do anything or they tweak it? None of that, bro. It's a cigar. It's just we ain't doing nothing funky like that. Evan says Man of War Valkyrie. Nice. Nice. I'm glad you're having a good time with that. Yeah, anything AJ is always generally pretty solid, man. Got a long, buttery finish, oily, slightly spicy on the finish. A lot of flavor on this. And you expect when you shrink the size on this, saying though, and if they're 50 or 52 or 54, as I've had before, the bigger ones, it's not a weak cigar, really. My father doesn't really make weak cigars. Um, so in that case, great looking band as well. But in that case, with this cigar being smaller, 46, we're expecting more power, more flavor. Right there in the choach. Heavy, medium, full right there. But it has a creamy nuttiness to it and vanilla, which is actually quite nice. Like a sugary on the finish now. Uh, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. I gotta be. I've always liked the classic regular My Father, but it's not my go-to. If I go to My Father and doing the Bijou or Opulencia, the Bijou and Opulencia, love the Bijou and the Opulencia. Grand Forte is a good time. La Promesa is a good fucking time. But I'll tell you what, this size, this blend is better than the regular one. Maybe it's just the size, the shrinkage of the size here. But wow, that's impressive cigar. Yeah, bro, I'm sorry. Yeah, it ain't for me, man. But you're gonna have to go, dude. I mean, do what you gotta do, man. This is a cigar channel. You know what I'm saying, though. Do what you got to do, but don't come to this place. Don't go to a bar and tell people that you don't drink. What the fuck you doing here? Listen, whiskey is like women, man. It, uh, is all different kinds, and then different preferences, man. As long as they're over 18. The point is with whiskey, generally speaking, it depends. There's two ways you can look at it. If you have a strong cigar, you might want a more aggressive type whiskey. It's more peaty, more malty, that kind of thing, more aggressive. At the same time, maybe you want the opposite. Maybe you want your cigar to be strong, and then you want more of a chill whiskey. It depends. There's also lighter scotches and darker scotch. If you're talking about scotches, we can talk about American whiskey, Kentucky bourbon. But let's say with scotch, Glenmorangie 10 is a good example of a light, fun, sweet, syrupy, happy, moderately priced scotch. Then you go to something like uh, a Balvenie or something like that, or a Lafroig, and you get really fucking crazy. You know what I'm saying, though? Or Lagavulin 16, insanely smoky. Lagavulin 16 is the most smoky, peaty scotch I've ever had. I really don't. I don't want to say I hate it, but you better be in the mood for that. Wow, that's a strong cigar. That's a heavy medium full off the bat, but not extremely dark. About 65% overall darkness. The color of the wrapper generally doesn't dictate the strength. The type of wrapper it is going to dictate overall what kind of flavor you're going to have. Of course, the higher priming of the same type of tobacco, it's going to be more intense of those notes. At the same time, the flavor, the filler and binder behind it will help push the interpretation of that wrapper. If the wrapper is not the most important part of the cigar, there'd be no point of it, because then you can go from a cigar with a Connecticut shade and a cigar with the Scuro Maduro wrapper of the same blend, binder and filler. What's the difference, right? It's one leaf. It's one leaf out of like probably four leaves in the filler, and one leaf on the binder. So it's only, what is it, one out of five or six? It's not even 20 or 17% of the blend. It's the fucking position. Okay? A pilot's not the whole plane, but he's in charge. The plane does whatever the pilot tells it to do, um, unless it's broken. So the point is, the rapper's in charge. However, though, everything else will push what the rapper is. You look at the cigar as a ship. I'll never let go. But the master and commander of that ship, the captain of that ship, is the rapper. Now, of course, how much horsepower and how much everything else, the engine, we could talk about what's inside, the filler and everything else, how good it works, the construction, how good the crew is. There's the construction, right? But what controls that ship overall is the rapper. The rapper is in the dominant position. Period. You know, how long a cigar lasts is two factors: how fast you smoke it, how long it is, right? I guess three factors, because then the third factor would be some blends are just pack more or have thicker tobacco, and those are just slow burning. So those are factors. This is extremely slow burning. This is very smoky. Um, the cigar is also slightly wet. Um, I didn't. I should have taken this out of the cellophane. Damn it, I should have. At least a day. I've had the cigar for like 2 days, but it looks so nice in the cello with the cedar, and I just whatever. I want to protect that, so it is what it is. I must say though, I'm really enjoying it. It has a buttery nuttiness to it, a lot of black pepper spice, a good amount of earth, nice vanilla sweetness to it though. Long heavy finish, but overall, and rich cedar notes. But and that between, I'm not sure exactly if it's actually tobacco or because the cigar itself is been resting in this fucking intense cedar right there, and it's definitely stimulating that those notes in the mind. I would say definitely in this size, if it is the same exact blend, we know size affects the blend, of course. But if this is the same exact blend as the regular full size version of the classic My Father, this size makes the blend a lot better. However, though, I don't know if there's any other factors though. I do not know if they tweaked it for the Cedros Deluxe. Like I don't know if the Cedros Deluxe is just a lineup in the My Father line. However, though, um, I have nothing bad to say about this. I'm actually really enjoying it. Heavy, medium, full. That pepper's really intense. The earth is rather intense, but the creamy nuttiness, the cedar, um, the long, heavy finish, kind of salty on the end too. A lot of rich, heavy flavor. This cigar is doing for newbies, probably not. Probably not. But if you like My Father's cigars or a strong LFD or a strong AJ Fernandez, you could just throw this in the mix. And whenever you decide to have it, you're going to enjoy it. However, have it on a night where you're not looking for, full blown 90% darkness of like a Camacho Triple Maduro. This is a really nice cigar. And overall, the feel, as far as the tobacco, feels like it does have good age on it. Like it is smooth for being this strong. Nothing about it feels like ammonia or some type of bitterness. Um, Goody, what's up, bro? How's your balls? You say got a haul of CAL Brasilia. Cool. Okay, Robusto, nice. The MX2 is fantastic. Yeah, honestly, MX2, forget about it for 3 to 6 months. I don't see that hurting it. MX2 is a solid cigar, man. Maybe 6 months on the MX2. MX2's got some really thick, heavy wrapper and binder. Let it sit for 6 months. See what happens. MX2 is such a great selling cigar. That is one of a sleeper cigars for General. Um, at the time, over 2 years ago, one of the guys that runs General, he told me that MX2, because I was talking about how like you don't really see it really at stores anymore, but you still see it on the internet. And he's like, yeah, MX2 is in our top 10 sellers for General, in their premium lineup. Bro, like MX2, that means they sell a lot of them. I mean, you just don't hear about it. Like General's like that sleepy motherfucker. Like they might be selling more MX2 than like a lot of your boutique brands as a whole in the world. Because remember, CAO, there's no Cuban counterpart. So CAOs, they can sell all over the world. Unlike, and Macanudo too. Unlike Cohiba and Partagas, and Sancho Panza, um, and Punch, the general brands of those cigars, they can't sell them side by side in Cuba. However, though, they're known to rebrand like Cohiba to Silencio, and then they sell those in Europe, and they'll sell well too. So, I mean, it is what it is. My opinion on those, like, I feel like especially with the Cohiba. So many people scoff at Cohiba. Cohiba has some amazing tobacco, amazing blends, really. Um, should they forfeit that name to get more customers or people that in that high luxury category? MSRP deal like on the regular red, blue, that's too much. But the newer stuff they have, like the Riviera coming out, the Weller and the other ones, the M's. I mean, these are ultra premium cigars. Now, do I want to spend $25-$30? Not on a regular basis, but I don't want to spend $25-$30 on a Padron. But these are all phenomenal cigars, though. You can't say, when it comes to General, you can't say they're lazy when it comes to new blends. I mean, they really make some really interesting, unique blends. Look at Oliva hasn't done anything new since I was 12. Cohiba, dude, every year or every other year, they're coming out with some really interesting blends. The green, and there's like 3 different versions of the green, different sizes. And they had the green red, whatever the fuck, the M red. They had the Riviera recently. The blue was fantastic. The red and black hasn't changed. The Dominicana, no one talks about. The Dominican one of the white label, that's a Puro, it's fantastic. Jeremy likes that cigar I had recently. Um, um, what else? What else? There you go. Let him sit. Let him sit a couple months. See what happens. My recommendation, though, let him sit without the cello. Um, things happen fast. The cello is a time machine, which helps protect the cigar, but at the same time, the cello slows down breaking down the cigar. So a cigar not in cello will, if you're looking in a sense to, aging in your humidor, it's not like you're aging like at a cigar factory where they're aging stuff in aging rooms, for 6 months to a year or more. Um, cheap cigars, maybe 90 days or less, 50 days. Um, David Oaks do a lot of year and a half. Opus X stuff, you do lots of times, maybe 1 to 2 years, depending which one you talk about. The point is this: you let them rest in your house. A year resting in your humidor with the cello or without the cello. Without the cello, things will break down faster. There's another one, the Cohiba Nicaragua, fantastic. Love that cigar. Cohiba Nicaragua, another fantastic cigar. There were some really nice blends, man. Oh, that rain is freaking out. Holy shit. Oh, what on? Oh, what on? Oh, what on? Holy shit. Wow. 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 That rain came out of nowhere. I hear a rain coming. It's coming around the bend. And I don't know when I'm smoking. Oh, shit. That raindrop hit me in the face like a 9mm. What the fuck? It hit me hard. Oh. Wow. Holy shit. Fucking wowza. It's like a wall of fucking rain. Wow. Yeah. So I mean, look. I mean, Cohiba has some real serious blends. Should Cohiba just rename themselves Silencio in America as well? I don't think it would hurt it. I don't think everyone that loves Cohiba would know what it was anyway. Same names of cigars like Silencio Red Dot. You don't know what it is, and maybe it'd be refreshing. You know what I'm saying? No, it might be refreshing because now you got a brand like Cohiba. It's Silencio in Europe, and Cohiba over here. And no matter what, you're going to get the guys that will never smoke a non-Cuban version of a Cuban name. Now, if you understand the history, not with Cohiba, that's a little different, but like Partagas and Bolivar that General owns, the Cifuentes family, when they left Cuba, they sold the rights to General. Okay? And they helped make the cigars there too. And if you look at like Punch and Bolivar, for example, on the General side, back in the day, uh, what's his name? Orlando Padron. Did you ever hear of him? The brother of Padron. The Padron, the brother of the father who died recently. he helped design all those blends. Do you think Padrone's brother, who worked with his brother, do you think Padrone's brother, or I think it's Orlando Padrone, forgive me if I'm wrong. So Padrone's brother, brother Padrone, he helped the Cifuentes family on the general side, and Honduras helped with the punch blends and some of the Partagas blends and Boulevard blends. Do you think he didn't know what he was doing? You think they were garbage? You think it was just stupid? Oh yeah, now let's make a stupid cigar. Like I'm not a respecter of persons. Meaning, if the cigar is good, the cigar is good. The tobacco's good, tobacco's good. And if it's worth the money, great. If it's worth more than the money, wow, this. They could have charged more for this. That's where the gift is. So that's why I appreciate General. Yeah, yeah. So it is what it is. He said, yeah. This thing is really slow burning. Wowza. Rich coffee though just came to the mix. Wowza. Getting baked out with his My Father's cigar. The cop rolls up and says, I think I'm rolling the Dutch. No, we're not huffing in here, man. We're smoking tobacco, but it's raining. It's all legal. Long, heavy finish. It's a nice blend, though. It is not weak. It is a strong cigar, but it has refinement to it. It's smooth. Has a buttery, oily texture on the tongue. Coffee note is there. Black pepper is lively. The earth is there. And I'm glad, though, but this cigar could have been earthier. Some of my father's cigars could be a lot earthier. Luckily, in this case, I don't think it would have worked as well. So it's got some earth, but the pepper is more pepper than earth. The butteriness, oily, salty finish is nice. The cedar is definitely there, and the aroma of cedar. I'm not sure exactly does wrapping that cigar in cedar feel like that for probably over a year or longer from the factory. It could be 2 years. Does that cedar, in a sense, the oils from the cedar, does that actually create more cedar aroma when you're smoking it? Possibly. I don't know. But I can't say it doesn't. Can't say it doesn't. How overall, man, it's a banger of a cigar. It's really enjoyable. For this type of luxury cigar, for $10, in the cedar with all the nice banding, I really can't say nothing bad about it. Like, you know what I'm saying? It does not feel like a cheap cigar. And it doesn't feel like, oh, it's an entry level, mid tier. Like you're gonna pay more for this in other states, $15, $16, if for this size, which would be what would this cigar size be? Well, technically what, like a heavy Corona? Really rich. Copium amount of cedar. I'm gonna touch up that burn just a little bit. Um, like I said, the cigar is just a little wet. That's my fault for not taking out of the cellophane for a day. Um, I think with that cedar, maybe it has held more moisture from the factory. Maybe perhaps that could be a case. Yeah, that could be the case. Murder was the case they gave me. Hmm. So I want to thank PG, Jeremy, Sacco, Chop, Chewy, DL, all my regulars. Cap. Sorry, I'm not mad. I'm fucking pissed. But and it is what it is. It's Sunday. Everyone's probably watching the game, watching whatever, and then so nobody gives a shit. It's the end of the world, Sodom and Gomorrah. Anyways, I just saw this article. They had this play in Europe. Who was going to say, Richie? Yeah, it's the same number, brother. Goody, it's the same number. It's the same number, Goody. I just, and I believe I have your number still too. Just throw me a text just to confirm because um, a few months ago I had to get a new phone, and not all my phone numbers I had transferred because they weren't all in the cloud. So if you still have my number, I probably could still have your number. We haven't talked in a couple of months. So just throw me a text right now whenever you get a chance. And so I can shoot you my info. And I greatly appreciate that, brother. I really do. That means a lot. You're touching the bottom of my heart there, and the top of my choach. Now, yeah, I got nothing bad to say about this. Exactly. I'll text you, brother. I'm gonna go with the 4.6. Really great cigar. I'm gonna go with the 4.6 on this. Really enjoyable. At $10 Pennsylvania though, that's not cheap. Because remember, Pennsylvania is probably the cheapest place for cigars right now in America. Um, that's not why I moved here, but God works in mysterious ways. So you're probably going to pay $13 to $15 for this in other states. So it does get it's kind of pricey. But I tell you what, the thing is really slow burning. You're going to get massive amount of time for this thing for a 46 by 5 and change. If you're going to get over an hour on that, you could get more if you were smoking slow. I'm a huffing on this thing. And I'm probably going to get an hour out of it. I should probably slow down on this thing. But good, the rain stops. The harder it rains, the faster it stops. What are we talking about here? So the point is, I saw this article about this play in Europe. It's called Santa Susanna, Santa Susanna, like Saint Susanna, and it's about a lesbian nun who's been suppressing her. I think, yeah, whatever, or something like that. And anyways, and in the play, they use uh, fake blood. They use real blood. What I mean by real blood is in the play. This is a play on stage. They cut um, they cut flesh off someone's body. Like they actually use a knife to cut flesh off the side. I think it might be a guy pretending to be Jesus, sacrilegious, and they barbecue it and they cook it and then they eat it. So human sacrifice. They eat the flesh. The nun then takes off her clothes and she's all naked, and then the nun and I don't want to say our Lord and Savior, she has sex with a guy pretending to be that on stage, like real sex. This is a play. Blood, eating flesh, and real penetration. People were puking. They said people left it. Some people had to go to the hospital. Fuck, what kind of play is this? What is like Satan sitting there? He's like action. Is Satan himself making plays now? Like, it's not even like, oh, just a little raunchy here. Is Satan directing theater? The theater, the theater. Quite right, you say. Quite right. To be or not to be satanic theater. Next on Channel 13. What kind of play? What kind of Sodom and Gomorrah is this shit? Sodom and Gomorrah. You don't see people making any plays like that against the Muslims. You don't see people making any plays against that against the Jewish faith. Always attacking Christ. Always. People having sex with a Jesus figure and cooking and eating his flesh for real in a play on a theater. Porn star nuns. I mean, what? What in the flying shit? What in the flying shit is that? What the hell is even that? Like, you want to make some weird porno movies, go to a porno theater or go sell it. Or you know what I'm saying? No, it's fucking disgusting, man. It's beyond disgraceful. It's sacrilegious, and they don't do it to any other faith. No, and I'm not advocating for anyone to mock anyone's faith. Leave that alone. You want to go do your own thing, start your own religion where you do that. Go ahead, but that's not what's happening. You know what I'm saying? Not it's insanity, 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 bro. Bro, yeah, yeah. And then I saw on YouTube another video today. I don't know. It's like the devil himself. It's like, how about this? Trying to piss me off. There was another video where they have these people that are pretending to be like Christian worship leaders, but they're actually Satanists, part of the LGBT community, and they're singing like church songs, but they're changing the lyrics. And the guy's playing a song, and he's like, "I love Jesus, yes I do. I'm a the guy. The song was called "I'm a cunt for Jesus." What kind of sacrilegious shit is this? How could you have a song in church called "I'm a cunt for Jesus"? What what is happening? What reality am I living in? What parallel universe opened up where people are sitting there are mocking church and like if you hate church, go ahead, that's fine. Be an atheist, okay. God bless or nothing bless. Nothing. Imagine you say God bless it. Or, what? Or nothing bless you. May nothing bless you. Or nothing, nothing you. Right? How do you have a song called that? What kind of what? I mean, just insanity. You know what I'm saying, though? Like, if you want satanic music, go listen to Marilyn Manson. There you go. He's your guy. But to pretend like, yeah, bro, 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 to pretend like they're sitting in a church and they're singing a song. He's like, I'm a con for Jesus. Yeah, 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 yeah. And you're sitting there like, is this really happening right now? Is this complete sacrilege? Like, just leave it alone. Go do your thing. Go do your thing, bro. Right? Go see if you're gonna go into a mosque and go say you're a cunt for Allah. Yeah, go see it. Go see. It is what it is. It is what it is. Yeah, complete sacrilege. Complete sacrilege. It is what it is. Yeah. Well, they're taking a shit on themselves because it's so in poor taste and so disgusting that it's more not even like, oh, I'm offended. It's more like I feel bad for people that have not. If you hate something so much, why invest any time in it? If you hate Christianity so much, go worship Satan. Go whatever the fuck you do, kill dogs in a basement and cover yourself in shit and piss. You know what I'm saying? Though, go be your satanic self. Good for you. Aleister Crowley's proud. Go ahead. But why? You know what I'm saying? Though. You get what I'm saying? Though. Like if you don't want to be a Muslim, you're not anti-Muslim. You just go, no, I don't believe in that. Okay. So why such this a reversal of just it's insanity. It and that's what satanic is really. I actually really like this cigar. I'm enjoying it a lot more than I thought I did. Yeah. So Saint Susanna, a satanic play, a pornographic satanic play on Broadway, eating flesh and having sex on stage, fully naked, with a nun and a person dressed up like the Son of God. There you go. They're probably going to get an Oscar, and the Oscar goes to Saint Susanna. What a brave and stunning play. So brave, so stunning. Nice cigar, has a creamy texture to it. Really, it's quite nice. Quite nice. I like how light the wrapper is, though, and how the cigar has the balls and power of a darker cigar, but it's kind of refreshing. This cigar, especially for my father, and the nuttiness and the saltiness and the cedar. It's those lighter notes that's balancing out the earth, which is not as strong as my father could do, because I've had way earthier than my father's. And the black pepper is there, but it's lively. It's a fun amount of black pepper. Um, and the vanilla sweetness is nice too. All in all, cigar's a winner. Solid 4.6. The only thing that kept it back a little bit, it is it's not cheap for whatever size this would be. I guess a Corona or a heavy Corona. You know, $10 in Pennsylvania is probably like $14 or $15 where you're at, really. So it's I can't say for a cigar $14 that's like really Corona size. But it's burning slow, bro. If anything, though, it's just a little wet, which is my fault. I should have let it breathe. Um, it is so heavily packed with thick tobacco on the inside. I can't recommend it though. Try it once. Oh, really? Really? This is better than the regular My Father line. Really nice. I almost makes you wonder if they changed the blend for this, or did they just give it more time? You know what I'm saying? No. Or this is possible too. Did you know that skinnier gauge cigars age faster than fatter gauge cigars in the aging room? Did you know that? Just like when they age tobacco, thicker tobacco, if you give it 2 years versus thin tobacco, the thin tobacco will ferment faster. Well, when you actually roll cigars, then combine, not just tobacco, but the cigar, the diameter, the skinnier the gauge, like let's say a year in the aging room, those will overall meld faster than a fatter cigar. The more mass, time affects larger mass less. Take a fat steak out of the freezer and a skinny steak. Same temperature room, that skinnier steak will thaw out faster. I can't stress it enough. Time and temperature affect skinnier things faster. That's why you can see fat chicks outside in the cold running around in a t-shirt. Maybe you're into that. I got nothing bad to say about this. I heavily enjoyed this cigar. I really did. If anything, it was just a little moist, and that's my fault. And very thick tobacco. What did you say? I haven't purchased any cigars since springtime. So I need to try. Yeah. Yeah, look up my videos and see which ones I'm happiest the most. Um, of lately, it depends also what price point you want to talk about, but what's some stuff that I really enjoyed lately? Um, Evan, what's up? You can't go wrong with the short story Maduro and short story Natural. You can't go wrong with the 858 Sungrown. Dude, that 858 Sungrown is affordable. Um, those are great. Um, Casa Cubas are going to be hard to find, but those are great. The Fuente Rosado Sungrown, those are great. But those actually might only be found in brick and mortar stores. More so, I think. Uh, Sancho Panza, everything Sancho Panza is fantastic. Henry Maduro, get the signature. Get the signature. Um, Henry Maduro. The Sancho Panza LTD, try at least once. That's one of the best Oliva cigars. General had Matt Booth redo Sancho Panza, and Sancho Panza in general had Oliva make a Sancho Panza Limited (LTD), as opposed to STD. There's no cure for that, but LTD is a cure. You buy it, you get to smoke it. So the Sancho Panza LTD um, is made by Oliva, and that literally is one of the best Oliva cigars ever made for General under Oliva for Matt Booth. Um, it's way better than the Milano V. That's how good the LTD is. I don't know if it's still being made. I don't know if it's a limited production one time or a yearly production. I don't know. The Partagas Valley Verde, the green Partagas, that's a nice time. Try it in the smaller gauge if you could. That's a nice time. Um, Damn, I think I can't think of the past year. You said you haven't ordered anything in a while. I'd have to go, but I can look over my list and I'll text you. I'll let you know. Maybe like 5 or 6 cigars of lately that I really enjoyed. But I gave you like a heads up on some of them. He says I haven't tried the new Nica Libre Oliva team. I don't know if I tried that. No. Yeah, those are good time and they're not that expensive. Dude, uh, Dude, if you want a strong cigar too, throw in the Sancho Panza extra Cheeto. Is it extra Cheeto? Yeah. The Sancho Panza Cheeto, extra Cheeto, whatever it is. The Sancho Panza Cheeto, CHIDO. Bro, that thing was lively, strong. That thing was a good fucking time. What else? What else? I'll tell you what, man. If you Here's another affordable option. If you never tried the Punch Grand Puro in like Rothschild or Robusto, try the Punch Grand Puro with the yellow and red label. That's a solid cigar. Well, that's good. Yeah, 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 yeah. Well, the good thing about my channel is I kind of cover all the bases, from inexpensive value stuff to some luxury stuff. Um, and then, but also I don't just say if it's good. I also recommend how valuable it is to the price, right? Because lots of times we can't decide the price unless it's cheaper on the internet. But then whatever price you get it at, I always discuss how valuable it is. Like, is it going good against its competition or its own brand, or is it not? You know, or is it only buy it on the internet? You know what I'm saying though? Because there's some cigars like Red Dot, I would never buy it at MSRP. Red Dot's always a great Cameroon cigar, really is. Love it, but not at $26. On the internet, it's $4 or $5. So you're like, fuck it. The Red Dot, she costs like $12. I'd buy it at the store, you know? Yeah, Punch has some great cigars. Really does. Really does. I think the Punch Rare Corojo is very elusive. The Punch Rare Corojo is great to age. I've had aged Punch Rare Corojos with a couple years on them, and they were a good time. Really a good time. Um, what else could I recommend? What else could I recommend? What else could I recommend? Well, I'll tell you right now, bro. He says, I've always appreciated your honesty and you and Tim Rowan. So it's, yeah, Tim Rowan's. Look. I try not to talk bad about anyone, but as far as actual, I've watched his channel. He's a solid dude. First off, he's a stand-up guy. Tim is the kind of guy that you'd want as like your backup in a bar brawl. But I don't get the bar fights anymore. But Tim is a solid dude. Solid fucking mustache. Solid dude. I got nothing but respect for Tim. Really. You know, he looks like a solid American guy. Um, so respect to him. Um, you know, uh, yeah, Punch Rothschild, the EMS is nice. Dude, Punch has some great cigars. Yeah. Yeah, I know. He does pick up a lot of citrus, though. He does. That's what I'm saying. Just like Vixen always picks up anise. And Vixen's always like getting a lot of licorice in anise. I don't know if she's just boozing. Is she just? I don't know if Vixen's just drinking sambuca all day. Getting a lot of licorice. Bitch, you drinking sambuca? Tasting a lot of sambuca in this cigar. She's like, such a shit face. Vixen. Who's showing her age? Um, damn. What other cigars? There was a lot of. Oh, I don't know how strong cigars you like, but the H. Upman Heritage was strong. The H. Upman Heritage was a dark, strong monster. Although I feel the H. Upman. Oh, what's not the banker? The H. Upman. There's a H. Upman with the orange copper band. What's the H. Upman with the orange copper band? That was solid. There's a H. Upman with a gray copper band. I can't remember the name of it. That was a great cigar with a copper band. H. Upman with the copper band. I can't remember. Herman's Batch. Herman's Snatch. The H. Upman Herman's Batch. Richie certified. That's a box worthy cigar. But I'll tell you what, I bought 3 days ago on Cigar Page. They have for this is worth it, man. $45 shipped. You get 13 cigars. Um, and almost all of them were, I mean, solid sticks. So $3 a stick for 13 cigars shipped in a plexiglass jar. You know, you could use for a humidor or travel case. Um, that's a good way, man. You know, 13 sticks for $45, and each one's different. Camacho, Chip Maduro, a Historia, EP Carrillo. Um, there was a bunch of cigars that, and I can't remember. A Luciano cigar. There was I found that cheap and quick. That is a Caldwell. So I'm more excited about it now. I thought it was a shit brand. Um, there was a lot of good cigars in there. Look at that video. Look in the video. That jar, they still have it. I would order one of those jars. For you looking at it that way for $3 a stick, dude. You're not going to get Camacho Chip Maduro, even though these are available cigars, but they're still great sticks. Camacho Chip Maduro, La Historia, EP Carrillo, Melania V Maduro. You're not going to get those cigars for $3. You could buy two of those jars, man, and you got plenty of cigars there. You know what I'm saying? Though 26 cigars for $90 of good, I mean, great quality. You know what I'm saying? I'll smoke Melania V Maduro all day. I'll smoke EP Krillo at La Historia all day. Camacho Chip Maduro for $3. Oh yeah, oh yeah. And I can't remember what other cigars were in there for the life of me. I just made that video. Oh yeah, yeah. No, I mean, you know, what I'm saying? Oh, the only one I think I was not happy about was the taco cigar. But whatever, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? No, you know, it wasn't like only one cigar was decent, dude. I mean, there was some solid sticks in there. That rain is freaking over again. Yeah, no, dude, that case is nice. Really is nice, and it's a plexiglass case, so it's not going to break. Um, you know, it's nice. It's a nice. How do you beat that? $3 a stick. Really enjoyable. But remember, that was volume 4. That wasn't volume 1, 2, or 3. That was volume 4. I'll tell you what, the cigar tastes like a brownie. Um, I wish it was just maybe a little stronger, but it was enjoyable. And for $8, Pennsylvania, the Comfortably Numb Volume 4 was for $8. The cigar was a winner. For $8, that cigar was a winner. Yeah, be careful. I didn't like the Volume 1. I didn't like it. Volume 4 was solid. Be careful. Be careful on that. Bro, it tasted like a brownie. It tasted like a brownie, like a caramel salted brownie with a little caramel. It was delicious. It just, it was very formulaic. It wasn't a major change, but it was that kind of vibe. You know what I'm saying? Though you could have smoked that cigar and on a Christmas day with the hot chocolate and sit there and wait for fucking Santa Claus. It was a nice festive cigar. It really was. You know what I'm saying? It was a festive cigar. You can sit there and eat milk and cookies with that cigar. Really, really. Buttery, oily, smooth. You know what I'm saying? And really no spice and no earth. But it wasn't the darker side though. So it was unique across the board and it was a good price point. So and that's why I like reviewing cigars because there's so many factors. There's the norm and then there's cigars that go against the grain. That cigar was dark, but not that strong. Medium plus. Eventually, at the end, picked up a little more, but a lot of sweetness, like in brownie sweetness, with a little rock salt. It was nice, No changes really, but if you're in that kind of mood or vibe, you're gonna enjoy it. God, could you make it stop raining here? It's ruining my life. I want to open the window here. But yeah, so it is what it is. The comfortably numb, yeah. Yeah, you're gonna like it then. Yeah. Bro, if you want like a slick chocolatey brownie type cigar, eh, search no more. The only cigar that was more brownie than that, but it cost more, and it is a better cigar, is the Gurkha Year of the Dragon by EP Carrillo. That EP Carrillo Year of the Dragon that came out is $25. But I heard they're discounting them online. If you could get an EP Carrillo Year of the Dragon, treat yourself. That cigar is like the richest brownie cigar, bro. And it had more spice too. But that cigar was like eating 10 brownies, like fudge brownies. The EP Carrillo Year of the Dragon for Gurkha was like eating decadent brownies, with some black pepper, bro. But I mean, like, you're like, how do they get this thing to taste like brownies? Now the comfortably numb is $8, way better value, but not as good. And so it'd be like compared to that because I've had both. It's more watered down. However, it's still a great cigar though. But it depends on what you want to spend. You can say, well, I'm going to spend $8 for this cigar, and that's brownie enough, and there's nothing wrong with that. Now the Year of the Dragon is like, well, it's a better cigar, but like two and a half times the price. So now online may be cheaper. If you could get the EP Carrillo Year of the Dragon for like $15, I would try one. Treat yourself. You know what I'm saying though. But AJ Fernandez, I'm trying to think what other AJs we had this year that were just strictly AJs. Um, God, he has so many blends. You almost forget. Uh, we're getting closer to Christmas. So the good thing about General, and even with AJ on the Diesel, they always make some nice stuff for Christmas. So we'll see what happens. We'll see if there's anything, or a Punch Christmas cigar. We'll see. I'll keep my eye out what comes out new. Exactly, and that's why I'm saying, you don't have to get that. You know what I'm saying? Though, I'm just putting it out there. You know what I'm saying? Though, especially if you're just smoking at home, chilling out. You know what I'm saying? That you don't have to break the bank. But Cigar Page is really the way, man. You could get such great cigars. I don't know if you ever messed with the Milano V Maduro. That is a great Maduro. And if you could get those cheap on Cigar Page, like if Cigar Page has a 5 pack for like $30, I'd buy a 5 pack of that. The Milano V Maduro and the V Maduro, the Oliva V Maduro and the Milano V Maduro are solid, man. Though if you get them online for a cheaper price, then go for it. At full price at the store, you're like, eh. But online, if you can get those for, you know what I'm saying, though, for like 5, $6, exactly. So you know exactly what I'm talking about. Solid. Those are great cigars. I have one at home. I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to that. And I have that cigar in the best size, the Corona size. I think it's the number 4. You know what I'm saying, though? I think Cigar Page might have sometimes 5 packs for like $25. That's a steal. I told you, man. We're an hour in. I still have plenty of time on this cigar. This thing is burning slow, and I've been huffing on it. I really enjoyed it. It was a great 4.6, enjoyable. Try it out. Definitely an enjoyable cigar without being super dark, but quite strong at a medium full and a lot of flavor. I mean, a lot of flavor. And more sweet and complex than my father's cigars normally are. Like this is better than the classic my father at the full size. You don't normally get this kind of sweetness on this. So whatever this is, I don't know if they gave it more time, and it became more complex with age, or if it's just a tweaked blend. I don't know. But the Cedros Deluxe, the $10, enjoyable. If you're finding it for $14 to $15, I'm not saying don't get it, but like that, then now you're talking about a lot more money. Well, my battery's getting low. So I'm going to end the live here. I want to say thank you for everyone coming on down. And thank you, Goody, for the kind gesture. And God bless everyone here. Watch out for Sodom and Gomorrah. It's out there. You know what I'm saying, though? And a bunch of evil people out there. Can't stress it enough. And stay fresh. Use quality soaps. Wash your ass twice. You know what I'm saying, though? Stay fresh. Stay fresh. Stay fresh. I can't stress it enough. You don't never go to bed dirty. I mean, I don't care if you jump in the shower for 30 seconds, just rinse off and never go to bed dirty. Oh man. Don't don't go in your bed with a stank ass. Come on. I think everyone here in the channel, you know, everyone knows that. I'll see you guys around. Stay fresh. God bless everyone. And here we are. I really enjoyed this cigar. I'll see you around. God bless.